Hi, and welcome to the third episode of the 2-Minute Guru. My name is Daniel Bogdanoff, and today we're going to talk about the difference between the run stop button and the single button. It looks like they both do the same thing. If I hit the stop button, boom, my signal stops. If I'm running and I hit the single button, my signal stops. So what's the difference between the two? Why would I want to use one over the other? So the main difference is that the stop button is just going to take the last capture and keep it displayed on screen when I hit stop. Whereas if I hit single, it's actually going to go in and take the next capture. It's going to rearm the trigger and take another capture. Now I always recommend using the single button, and here's why. Our scopes use what we call ping pong memory, where if this is your memory, the scope is going to fill up half the memory and display it, and then while it's working on analyzing that memory and displaying it, it's going to switch over and fill up the second part of memory and switch back and forth so that you can get a faster update rate. If your scope doesn't do this, then your update rate is about half or a third of what it has to be because of all this processing it has to do on your signal. Using the single button is going to give you a full memory depth capture, whereas using the stop button is just using what was last displayed, and that's only going to give you half of this memory here. So always use the single button. Now I said always use the single button, but don't necessarily believe me. Sometimes the stop button is going to do, especially if you see something weird and you have kind of a slow trigger rate and you have a fast reaction time, you can just hit the stop button and that's going to be good enough. Now another reason I say to always use the single button is that means you're using your scope correctly. Your scaling is set up right, your triggering is set up right, and all you have to do is hit single and you get a capture that looks just the way you want it to look. Thanks for watching this week's 2-Minute Guru video. We're going to start posting these every Tuesday. You can check out this video from last time. It talks about how to set up triggering and measurements on your oscilloscope. And stay tuned next week. Subscribe so that you stay up to date and know when those videos come out. Like our Facebook page. Follow me on Twitter at Keysight_Daniel. And I will see you next week. Thanks for watching.